Whew. Alright, this is gonna be part 3 of Tokyo Mirage System. Wow, I can't even talk. Part 3 of Tokyo Mirage Sessions #FE. Fire Emblem, Fortuna Entertainment, whatever you want. Anyways, offline, I just walked over to this guy so that I wasn't doing a now loading screen. But Toma says, "Yo, Itsuki, the show's about to start. Let's hurry up and go see Raiga." Itsuki says it's a bit late to ask this now, but what's Raiga? Toma says, "I told you so much about it and you don't remember? He's a hero, man. A live-action series hero that I can't love enough." Itsuki says, "Uh-huh." Toma says there's gonna be an audition for the TV series soon. Not just one of these live shows. I gotta watch this to get hyped. Itsuki says, "You seem pumped up." Toma says, "Of course I am. The whole reason why I got into this industry is to become a hero." Toma continues, "Clad with lightning's might, the fangs of justice shall crush the nefarious Valhalla Pharmaceuticals." Wow. Might as well just call it Umbrella, dude. Toma says, "I am." And a crowd interrupts him by screaming the word yay. Itsuki says, "Looks like it's starting." Toma says, "Right." Raiga says, "Clad with lightning's might, the fangs of justice shall crush the nefarious Valhalla Pharmaceuticals." Nefarious, whatever. Raiga says, "I am Masquerader, Raiga." He's basically like a Power Ranger with a lightning through his head. The crowd screams yay. Raiga says, "Lightning systems all green." Raiga says, "Boost up, take this, Raiga Rush," and blows someone off the stage. His name is Genome Monster. He screams, "Guard!" Raiga says, "Thanks to everyone's cheers, I was able to defeat the Genome Monster. Thank you." The crowd says, "All right." Toma says, "Oh man, Raiga is so awesome. Don't you think so, Itsuki?" I say, it was, yeah. I don't really get stuff like this. Toma says, "That reminds me, this is our first time seeing this together. Well, it'll grow on you by the 3rd show. Eventually, you'll be in Duke 2. It was all Masquerader Raiga." A little boy says, "Excuse me, you're in my way." The little boy says, "That's so dumb. Aren't you an adult?" Toma says, "What the hell did you say? Who are you?" The little boy says, "Does it matter? Don't you feel dumb for getting into this fake show?" Toma says, "Why'd you come and see it? Don't you like the show too?" The boy says, "Not one bit. I'm just here to kill time. Besides, all that stuff about friendship and justice is irritating. Those things are fake and only exist in made-up stories." Toma says, "What?" The little boy says, "There's no way heroes even exist. Isn't it time you grew up?" Toma says, "Why are you so gloomy? I'd be happy to listen if you want to talk." The boy says, "Do I look like I care? It doesn't involve you anyway. I'm leaving." Toma says, "Hey, make sure you tune into the show next time. I'll be the new hero on it." The boy says, "Whatever." I say, "Why did you lie? Auditions haven't even started yet." Toma says, "I just couldn't leave him be when I saw that loneliness on his face. Making children smile, that's what heroes do. Still, I can't believe I blurted out something so ridiculous." Itsuki says, "Then you just need to get the part no matter what." Toma says, "Yeah, I'll make it happen." So, I've got a favor to ask. Will you come train with me? I still don't know about the sharpness of my moves for action scenes. I want to brush up on them before the audition. Itsuki says, I suppose I should. I can't let you become a liar after all, Toma. Toma says, I owe you one, Itsuki. I'll be sure to think of a training regimen. How fancy. What do? Do we just leave? We got a new text from Toma. He says, my training plan. I'm thinking we should hit the Idolosphere in Daitama. Itsuki says okay. Toma says, remember those monsters called blobs? I feel like my action skills will get better if I fight a ton of those. Itsuki says, feel like. Toma says, my goal is to defeat 5 of them. Don't sweat the details. What's important is how we approach this. Okay. So, let's pull up the map. What is this casting thing? Stage rank. Everybody's stage rank is 20. Oh, this is to like move people in and out of our thingy. Let's see what skills Kidia has. She can show traps. She has a bunch of ice attacks. So she's the same as the other lady. She's basically just a mage. Well, since we can, let's re-equip her. Dominant Queen. Labyrinth Rock. Princess Glory. Ex-nurse. Perfect cat. I have to do that because it's ridiculous. I'm not sorry about it. Anyways, where are we going? How do I go to the Idolospheres? What the hell? That lady has a drunken bunny emoji. That's hilarious. I didn't notice that before. I'm basically a drunken bunny. Daitama Observatory. Let's not go there. Maybe I just have to go to the office. Let's see. Oh, there's that laptop she was talking about. Oh, it's just for checking up on the side stories. I'm just gonna do them as they become available. Anyway, back in whatever the hell this place is called. Tiki says, hi big brother. Kaida says, hello Itsuki. Itsuki says, hey, what were you two talking about? Tiki says, I was asking Kaida if she's getting along with Tsubasa. How are you and Crown getting along? I say we get along fine. Crown says, true, there's nothing to complain about. Tiki says, good, I'm glad to hear you're all friends. Itsuki says, thanks for being concerned, Tiki. Itsuki continues, there was something I wanted to ask you if it's okay. Kaida says, what is it? I'll just say, how does this world look to you? Crom says, in our eyes, I suppose when it comes to the literal sense, it's not different than yours. Kaide says, we actually experience this world through our master's senses. Itsuki says, our senses? Crom says, yes, and everything I've seen and heard through you of this world intrigues me quite a lot. The singing and dancing that you and the others are involved in, It's strangely fascinating. Kaida says, I agree. When Tsubasa sings, I feel it reaches even my heart. Itsuki says, well, it makes me feel better to hear you two so optimistic about the situation. Kaida says, thanks for your concern. You don't have to worry. There is at least one thing we can do to reclaim our memories. Crom says, these incidents caused by mirages, if we can solve the mysteries, it could lead us to some clue about who we are. So we'll keep lending you our strength until then. Itsuki says, thanks you two. Tiki says, I'll do my best too. Itsuki says, I'll be counting on you, Tiki. Alrighty, Roo. How do we get back to old idolospheres? Maybe we talk to Tiki. Tiki says, welcome to Loon Palace. You can make new carnages now. So let's make those. Particularly care for her, so I'll do his stuff first. We made the one sphere and equipped it. We're so fancy. Steel feather for Tsubasa. And most certainly will equip it. What should we do next, she says. I don't think we have any new Unity things for the Radiant ones. Yeah, I think those are all like kind of story specific. Tiki says, come back when you get more performer. Huh. Kane says, it's little wonder that Toma looks up to you. Crom says, a strange place indeed. If we can manifest here, this sanctuary must function similarly to the idolosphere. Itsuki says, yeah. Crom says, taking form in your world consumes quite a bit of energy. We'll stay here in the meantime, barring emergencies. By the way, Itsuki, you'll be fighting alongside Toma from now on. Itsuki says, yeah, to be honest, I have no idea what I should be doing. Crom says, in truth, I could say the same. My memories are a haze. I know I'm a mirage, but I can't even say for sure what a mirage is, let alone who I am or what I'm supposed to do. Itsuki says, Crom says, but if I stand by you, something tells me I'll find the answer. I hope you can put up with me remaining at your side for just a bit longer. Itsuki says, of course, it's alright. Besides, I wouldn't have a chance against the Mirages without you. Here's to a long and prosperous relationship. Crom says, thanks Itsuki, it'll be a privilege to fight at your side. You can usually find us here when things are quiet, but if you ever need us, we'll appear to help you. I don't know. I'm just gonna skip this. I'm trying to like see if chatting with them will open the gates to the other places, but yeah, they're all just done saying anything important, I guess, now. Yeah, the only gate I see is this one. Looks like Tsubasa texted us. Tsubasa says, whenever I make eye contact with Miss Maiko, she laughs at me. It's kind of freaking me out. It feels like she's hiding something. Do you know anything about it? And then she sends me a sad face. Also offline, Kidia has a new side story available as well, but yeah, it's not a big deal. We'll do that when we do it, which will be after this one, if I can figure out how to ever get back to that place. Maybe if I just... let's just go to Shibuya. Maybe the 106 will have a portal there still. Yeah, that portal's still there, so I need to go to Daitama. Okay. We're figuring it out little by little. You have to go kill 5 blobs if memory serves. Toma says, you made it. Let's get started at once. Kane says, I still cannot grasp the reason behind this fixation on becoming a hero. Is a hero not defined by their actions? Simply striving to become one seems odd. Toma says, just watch me. I'll show you what a true hero's passion is like. Kane says, if you wish to train, I have no reason to object. Toma says, good. Let's do this, Kane. We have received a new topic from Tiki. Tiki says, Big brother, you're training with Toma? He asked me to keep track of whenever he defeats a blob. I'll let you know through this topic. Okay. But Toma wanted to train his heroism by beating at least 5. I wonder if he'll be okay. Big brother, please back him up so he doesn't do anything reckless. Okay. We learned a bunch of new skills and we're just forfeiting them all really quickly because we have better skills right now. Received a topic. You defeated one blob, 4 to go. Oh, I hate kill number of enemies. Yes. Looks like we can switch members in the middle of a battle. That's kind of cool. blobs left, says Tiki. To get this done by the 31st, and that hopefully Persona 5 Royal comes on time, but I know this coronavirus bullshit, a lot of things are being shipped or being delayed, so there's no way to know if I'm going to get it on time, which frustrates me because that game is going to take a long ass time to do, and then Final Fantasy VII R comes out like 10 days later, so, you know. I was hoping to play that, like, and beat it within also a semi-reasonable period of time, but no way to know. Looks like we have to kill one more blob. It's kind of annoying, because I think there was 2 in that fight, and it only counted the battle, and not the number that we've killed. Maybe it only counts the ones Toma has personally slayed. I don't know. Whatever. We're almost done, though. It's not a big deal. Where's supposed enemies? Come to me, my children. Hopefully that ends this. It's kind of obnoxious. I hate kill a certain amount of enemy quests. Yeah, it must be Toma specific kills. I'll have to keep that in mind for later. That should be it though, this time. Hopefully. There we go. Itsuki says, how's that, Toma? We defeated quite a few. Toma says, I think I figured it out. Sharp moves and an action scene involve fast footwork, timing, and proper reading. And going all in. Toma's chest sparkles. We're gonna make the soul come out of the woman's titties. This should come out of his balls. especially since it's spherical. Yeah, Nintendo can't have any of that stuff. Toma Akagi's soul as an entertainer has achieved a new awakening. Mind of a hero. Gasp, this radiance, says Kane. Toma says, I got this down. Thanks, guys. Itsuki says, Tiki, Toma got his performa. Tiki says, good job. Toma says, thanks, Tiki. Tiki says, let's perform a radiant unity. Come back to the palace, or whatever. Toma's radiant skill, Dora Rampage, is ready. Alrighty. How do I get the hell out of here? Looks like probably this. There we go. I like how they make that nice and gigantic so you can see it, like, everywhere. We received a topic from Tsubasa. Tsubasa says, could you forget about all that stuff I said earlier about Miss Maiko hiding something from me? I shouldn't talk about her like that. She really helped me when I had to save Aya. I owe her so much. I'm so ashamed of myself, she says. What does this little bastard want? It's Kanai Arabe from school. Arabe says, Itsuki, what brings you here? You always leave right when school's over. Are you busy with work? Are you interested in fortune telling? I got something you can help me with, if that's alright. I'll say yes. I'm the president of the fortune telling club, and I want to practice my gift, if you know what I mean. And that's where you help out. All you have to do is let me look into your future and report after. Alright then, I'll tell you your fortune, but take a step back, it's dangerous. Arabe says, Eureka. Approach with modesty, and outcomes shall be favorable. Approach with haste, and nothing shall go as planned. I guess if you want the quick fix, as it were, then you should go forth, onward to Daitama's round elevator. And, that's all there is to it, see? Great, I look forward to your full report. Okay. Isn't this Daitama? Is there an elevator in here? Okay, she's in Shibuya, so we're gonna go to Shibuya. Kidia says I've been waiting for you. Hey, are you good at keeping secrets? If so, I have something to ask you. I say yes. Only one story can be activated at a time. If you start a new one, then the current one must be cancelled. You may accept cancelled side stories again as much as needed, but you'll start from the beginning. Let's not cancel it, because I didn't know I was in the middle of one. I thought it was over. Says you are amazing, big brother, and sends a happy face. Where the hell is Toma then? he's back at that rooftop place. If not, then I can check the laptop and it should let me know what's going on. But I definitely don't want to redo that. That would be annoying, to say the very least. But yeah, it doesn't look like there's anyone here. So let's go to our office then. Oh, you know what? I'm dumb. I have to go do the fusion thing. Okay, so that should hopefully end the quest or whatever. Suki says, huh? Apparently he's being stared at. Looks like it's Kiria's persona thingy. Tiki says, Tharja, if you want to be friends with Big Brother, you can't just stare at him, you have to talk to him. Tharja says, what's wrong with staring from a distance? Tiki says it's much more fun to talk someone face to face. Tharja says, you think so too? I'm gonna say, you can stare, I guess. Tharja says, really? Itsuki says, yeah. Tharja says, heh, I'm gonna like you a lot. I guess when I'm not focused on Kiria, I can protect you from behind. Itsuki says, got it, Tharja. I'm trusting you to watch my back. Tharja says, that suits me just fine, and then giggles. Tiki says, Big Brother, you're too soft. When you talk to someone, you have to look them in the eyes. What eyes? Tiki says, Tharja's a dark mage. She's a little weird, but when it comes to magic, she's unbeatable. Itsuki says, you're Kiria's Mirage, right? Tharja says, yes. Itsuki says, I'm Itsuki. Nice to meet you. Tharja says, charmed. Itsuki says, is there something on my face? Tharja says, just curious. Kiria talks about you sometimes. Itsuki says, about me? Tharja says, I have high hopes for you. I'd appreciate it if you help Kiria out. She can be a little reckless. Itsuki says, I know I get a lot of help from Kiria, but I really don't think she needs much help from me. Tharja says, I'm counting on you, and then teleports away. Itsuki says, oh. Tiki says it's rare to see Tharja talk to someone that much. She's really quiet. Itsuki says, really? Tiki says, I think she thinks you're interesting. You should come visit and talk to her from time to time. Yo mama. Anyways, Tiki says, welcome to the Bloom Palace, the miraculous stage where Performa blossom. You can make a new radiant skill. Oh, okay. We can make several, actually. Oh, you already know this one. You already know that one, too. Door of Rampage. Yes. Let's perform the Unity. Is this just going to be a seizure-inducing cutscene where Kane makes out with the redhead? I'm gonna go with yes. We're just gonna skip that. We learned Door of Rampage. Kane says the audition has finally come. Toma says, I'm getting nervous. Kane says if you succeed, you shall be able to take your place on television as a hero. Toma says, just watch me, I'll teach you what a hero's passion is. Kane says, I look forward to it. Now Toma, go and show them the fruits of your training. Toma says, right, make sure you cheer me on. That thong, 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 thong. Oh yeah. Anyways, elsewhere, a crowd is cheering. Toma's dressed up as one of the enemies in that live show. His name is Bull Gino. He says roar and attacks Raiga. Raiga says too slow. The bull genome says he dodged my raging stampede, questioningly. Riga says, lightning systems all green, full boost, roar, Riga kick. The bull genome screams in pain and says, oh no, ack. The crowd laughs. Toma has fallen off the stage and his costume got knocked off. Itsuki says, that was quite a show, at least your defeat was. Toma says, wasn't it awesome? Did you catch it? I sure hope you did. The way that I reeled back when I got hit with the Riga kick. If there was a national reeling back competition, that one I did today would have been in the top 4, easily. Itsuki says your headpiece came off. Toma says, I didn't get the part for the TV show, and I got this gig instead, but to think it'd be the villain. And then he giggles. Itsuki says, didn't that director introduce you to the job though? He said he wanted you to get more experience. I don't think you should be bummed about it. Toma says, even so. I'm gonna say, is it about the kid? Toma says, the next time I see him, I'll have to apologize. Kane says, life rarely happens the way we desire. You must use this experience as an impetus to push yourself to greater heights. Toma says, you're right. Yeah, my legend as a hero is just beginning. Kane says, that's the spirit, Toma. One day, show me what a true hero's passion is like. Toma says, of course. We completed the job. How fancy. Apparently we got experience for that. Toma has grown as an entertainer and has become in the kaiju suit. Toma acquired the ad-lib performance Raging Stampede. Ad-libs activate at random. Okay. I'm even gonna try to push the ad-lib button in because it ain't there, because it's random. My goodness. I'm too hot for the sweater. I'm gonna take my clothes off. You like it when I take my clothes off? Oh god, I'm probably scaring people. Apparently Tiki now has a side story. She says, you came, big brother. I want you to check up on someone. Would you listen to my request? I say yes. Itsuki says, sure. Tiki says, thanks, I can't go outside. The person I want you to check on is Tiku. Tiki is my waifu. Their shortened name is Tiki equals waifu. I'm gonna just say, that's an odd name. Tiki says it's a username. It's kind of like a nickname. This person composes songs with a Udaloid program, Tiki, and is referred to online as a god. Itsuki says, that's amazing. Tiki says, but you know, it seems like they haven't been making any songs lately. Tiki continues, I was looking forward to Tiki waifu songs, so I'm worried that they stopped composing. Itsuki says, so I need to look for this waifu person. Tiki says, yeps, thanks big brother, I'm counting on you. I heard rumors that Tiki equals waifu uses a laptop with a Tiki sticker on it, and composes at the same cafe every time. Itsuki says, a cafe, huh? I'll keep an eye out. Looks like I gotta go wander Shibuya. More messages. It's the same information that she already gave us, so we're just gonna skip that. I think it's just like for if you forget where the hell you were going. I think there's like some coffee shop in this town somewhere. We'll find out together. No, that's a jewelry store. We cannot go that way. boxes or anything. Yeah, there's a coffee store over here. So we're just gonna run this way. At least it shows on the map. It's kind of nice. Home-Art. Focus cycle. Oh, maybe it's that green exclamation point. Ugh, melty. Itsuki says, a tiki sticker laptop. I don't see one. An Udaloid lover says, seriously dude, I'm totally serious. That had to have been tiki equals waifu. Itsuki says, those people over there. Questioningly. A bored high schooler says, that's impossible. How can someone disappear into thin air? Crom says, Itsuki. Itsuki says, yeah, I heard. The Utaloid lover says, I saw it with my own eyes. They were walking around the 106 building all sleepy-eyed, and that's when they were spirited away. The bored high schooler continues, alright already. I wonder if they retired. I was a big fan too. Itsuki says, what do you think, Crom? Crom says, I can't say for sure, but they were probably stuck somewhere in the 106 building. Anyways, we have received a text message. No, we sent one. Itsuki says, Tiki, do you have a moment? Tiki says, did you find the person? Itsuki says, no, but someone disappeared near the 106. So I'm gonna go check that out. I'll contact you if anything changes. Tiki says, you can do it. But it's like an emoji button thingy. I am like starting to feel tired, but I slept like so much today. Ugh. Plus I have to get up soon anyway, so I don't know how much that sleep will actually do me any good. Anyways, we're back over here to the place where the stuff is. Hopefully it just shows them on the map. I really don't want to wander around in this place forever. Itsuki says, how is it, Crom? Do you feel anything? Crom says, I do sense a human. Itsuki says, what's wrong? Crom says, I sense another presence too. Itsuki says, we better be on guard then. Let's go. I think those are warp points. I'm just trying to look at the map and see if there's like a person on them. Oh, I think those are unopened treasure chests. Let's just go to the top and see what happens. I'm not too proud to consult a guide anyway, so I'm gonna try to do that while it loads. There we go. Name facts. Request guide. No, that's not gonna help me. Doesn't appear that there's anyone up here, so that's useless. Let's keep looking. Definitely not gonna work. Bear with me just a few moments. Maybe that'll work. Ugh. Okay, so they're on floor 4, I guess. So we can warp to 3 and then walk up 1. That was the 4th floor. Oh, okay. Here they are. A girl with headphones says, "Oh good, a person. Excuse me, where am I?" Itsuki says, "That laptop. Are you Tiku is my waifu?" She says, "Yes, what about it?" Itsuki says, "I didn't think you were a girl. There was the phrase my waifu in the name, so I assumed." The person says, "Tiki is still my waifu. My love transcends gender and dimensions." Itsuki says, "Gotcha." The person says, "I heard a voice. It seemed like it was calling to me. When I came to, I was in this weird place." Itsuki told her where the exit is. "You can get to a safe place from here." The person says, "A safe place, so what you're saying is, where we are now is not safe." Itsuki says yes. The person says, "This place is dangerous, after all." Itsuki says, "I can guide you there if you're nervous." They say, "That won't be necessary, I made it here, so it's only natural I can make it back." Itsuki says, "Right." The person says, "Thank you for saving me, I'll be taking off." Annoying. Itsuki says, "She seemed like an eccentric person." Crom says, "On our way here, I thought I sensed an odd presence. Maybe it was just my imagination." We've received a text. Itsuki says, "I safely rescued them. Are you there?" And Tiki is not responding. Itsuki says, "I wonder what's up with Tiki. We should head to the Bloom Palace and check on her." Let me out of here. Alright, we have exited. Anyways, we got some more texts. Maiko says, Tsubasa's been working hard. It's my turn to answer her efforts with mine. Not particularly important, but I figured since we were at a loading screen, might as well. Tiki is making weird noises. She says, no, that's not it. I say, what's the matter, Tiki? Tiki screams. Big brother, it's not what it looks like. Then she makes some more weird noises. Itsuki says, what were you doing? Tiki says, do you promise not to laugh? I say, I won't. Tiki says, you promise? I was practicing taking on a carnage form. Itsuki says, what would you do that for? Tiki says, if I could take a carnage form like everyone else, I could fight by your side. And even save Tiki equals waifu. Listening to her songs cheer me up. I wanted to repay her somehow. Itsuki says, Tiki, and trails off. Tiki says, I want to fight alongside you guys. I want to be a real companion for you and the team. I just say we are companions. Tiki says, huh? Itsuki says, there are things that I can do, but the same is true with you. Tiki says, you mean it? Am I really useful? Itsuki says, of course. Tiki says, Itsuki says, it's fine that you don't take a carnage form. Tiki says, I see, you're right. I'll keep doing my best. Thanks, big brother. Job is complete. We got a negligible amount of experience. And a way too close girl is in my face. Tiki acquired the backup skill idola_safety.exe. What are backup skills? They are general things that affect mechanics, but don't have any use in battle. It looks like if we use items with field effects that will last longer. Yay. I'm gonna make some notes for my sticky. Hold on a sec here. This is gonna be Tiki 1. What's the red guy? Toma 1. Now we're gonna do Kyria 1. Okay. Moving on. Let's go find Kyria back in Shibuya. I'm just going there just to clear these things out. says, what's going on, Kidia? Kidia says, it won't do to stand around and discuss it. Let's go somewhere else. Like my bedroom. Yeah, right. Kidia says, thanks for coming. There's something I want you to find. Take a look at this. Suki says, I didn't think you were into ... Kidia says, I'm not asking your opinion. I want you to find Sir Jin. I mean, this plushie. Seems I lost it when I was filming at Daitama the other day. Can I ask you to do this for me? We'll just say yes. Mitsuki says, I understand, I'll go look for it. Kidia says, I owe you, I'll send the image over to you. Kidia continues, let me know when you find it, and thanks again. You've received more text messages. Kidia sent the picture and says, it's in Daitama somewhere. Maiko says, I'm doing my job, praise me, I'm practically a star. Okay. We're going to Daitama. Let's look up Kidia's side story. Itsuki finds Kidia's flesh on the ground. Obtained ragged plush. It is in tatters. It seems to have been stepped on by people. Itsuki says, I wonder if Tsubasa could patch it up. We send a text to Tsubasa and say, do you happen to be good at sewing? I need you to help me fix something. Tsubasa says sewing. Kidia says Itsuki. Itsuki says, oh, this is something different. Kidia says, I see. Kidia says, it's nothing, sorry for bothering you. Tsubasa says, sewing? I may not look it, but I'm pretty clumsy with handiwork. Itsuki says, I can see that. Kidia says, I understand. Tsubasa says, you meanie. But my sister's great at things like that. She used to sew up holes in my clothes all the time when I was younger. Itsuki says, why are you so proud about that? Tsubasa says, try talking to Aya. Itsuki says, got it, thanks. Look at these ugly plush monsters, they're so cute. Let's be friends, chomp. Wanna play with Miss Dugan? Nip? That's... like, I don't know about that, man. That's an invitation for a really weird three-way right there. I don't know if I can handle that kind of stuff. Unless they're both boys. If one of them's a girl, though, I'm gonna say no. Anyways, we're gonna go back to the office, because that's where Aya hangs out. Who is Tsubasa's sister. Oh boy, we have received another text message from Toma. Toma says that illusory 106 Mirage fight took a lot out of me. Kinda wanna get some training done in the Idolosphere while we have some breathing room. Sound good? I'm not gonna even with that. Let's talk to this girl, because she's gonna hopefully fix that ugly toy. Aya says, if it isn't Itsuki, is there something you need? Itsuki says, I heard you're good at sewing. Can you fix this for me? Ayaha says, this is ... Wouldn't it be better if you fixed it yourself? Itsuki says, huh? Aya says, it's just a hunch, but I think that would be better. Itsuki says, okay. Aya says, don't worry, I'll take responsibility and teach you how to do it. Let me go get some tools. I think she means, let's go get a sewing kit. Skilly. Itsuki sewed up the plushie while Aya taught him how to do so. Itsuki says, how's it look? Aya says, it gives it great character. Why don't you hurry along and return it? Itsuki says, return it? How did you know it wasn't mine? Aya says, call it a woman's intuition. Itsuki says, uh-huh. Anyway, I should get going. Thanks for your help. We have obtained Sir Gen Plush EX. Its name has evolved since we have fixed it, I guess. Anyways, we text Kidia and say, are you still there? Kidia says, did you find it? Itsuki says, more or less. Kidia says, thank goodness, I'll be waiting at Central City something. And then it cut off. Probably because I can't load both of those things at once. Central City Street, so come talk to me there. Cool. So that is where we are going. And showing. And flowing. And hoeing. Any year now when this loads, we'll be there. What in the flock this is? Kidia says, good job, Itsuki. Thank you. I appreciate it. Itsuki says, don't thank me yet. Kidia says, what's wrong? I say, actually, ... It was in pretty bad shape when I found it. Kidia exclaims horrifyingly and says, Sir Gen. Kidia says, did you fix him, Itsuki? I say, I'm sorry, I took the liberty of fixing it. Kidia says, it's not a bother or anything. Kidia continues, hey, Itsuki. I was in a slump because the new song for my next concert wasn't going well. I was worried about Sir Gen, too. But you found him and you even patched him up. When I'm holding this, a mysterious sensation arises within me. If I pour this feeling into my song, I'm sure that... Kidia has a light ball explode out of her bosom because reasons. Kidia's soul as an entertainer has achieved a new awakening. Hidden strength. Kidia says, okay. Itsuki, make sure you come see my next concert. I'll show you a performance that's different from before. Fancy. And now we need to go to a Unity. Alrighty. Let's go back to the office. Tiki says what she always says. Looks like we're gonna perform the Radiant Unity for Kidia. There we go. Door of Wandering. instead of giving you a seizure, I'm just gonna go ahead and skip that scene. Tharja says, that doll, is it my imagination or are you doting on that thing even more than before? Kidia says, it's your imagination. Tharja says, look at you, Giddy is a schoolgirl. Who knew the cool, frosty Kidia had an adorable side like this? Kidia says, can it? Hilarious. And I guess we get a song now. Oh, fancy. 'Request staff member. Oh, let me fix that. It's crazy. Says, did you check topic? People are raving about it. They're posting things like Kitty is on fire more than usual. Another person says, true, today's concert was amazing. She seemed more energetic than normal. No? Think she has a boyfriend now? Someone else says, I doubt that. There's never been any rumors about her like that. She does seem standoffish after all. Another one says, I'd totally be okay with Kidia. And then they say, ah, welcome back, ma'am. Kidia says, thank you. Kidia says, sorry about the wait. Itsuki says, welcome back. Kidia says, what did you think about today's concert? I say it was better than before. Itsuki says, you were right when you said that's how it would be. Kidia says, I suppose I was. Kidia continues, today's concert went well because you fixed Sir Jin, that plushie I mean. Itsuki says, glad I could help. Kidia says, Itsuki, what did you think about the plushie? I mean, carrying something like that doesn't really fit my persona, right? Doesn't it feel gross? I say I was a little relieved, actually. I had built up this image of you just being cool and intimidating, but now I know that you like that kind of thing too. Kidia says, huh? Itsuki says, plus, that plushie, the clumsy feeling it has, kind of reminds me of you too. Kidia says, what? You moron. Itsuki says, I'm sorry. Kidia says, it's not like I enjoy these things in particular, it's more like a memento. Itsuki says, memento? Kidia says, it's not important. I have a meeting to attend. I'll be going. See you around. Job complete. Poker face. Done. Minimal experience obtained. Kidia has grown as an entertainer and has become a new charisma. She acquired the ad-lib performance, The Labyrinth. It's kind of cool because it like matched the theme of her music video. It looked kind of like all those MC Escher stairs in the movie The Labyrinth a little bit. Such references. I'm just filled with them. Alright, I think that completes all the side stories for now. I don't think Tsubasa had one. Yeah, I think we're good to move on. Okay. Dang, that's a lot longer than I thought it would. Main story. Where the hell are we going? Oh yeah, I think I have to go back to the, whatchamacallit, the practice studio. Savon Chambia. Alright, this ends our intermission and proceeds with the story, apparently. Barry says 1, 2, and 3. Alright, very nice. Let's take 5, guys. Tsubasa says, that was pretty rough. Itsuki says, you seem pretty into this, Tsubasa. I can barely keep up. Tsubasa says, now that I got my first song coming up, I'm just really fired up, you know? Kidia says, are you guys finished with your lesson? Tsubasa says, Kidia, what are you doing here? Kidia says, I decided I'll be your personal coach. I don't plan on going easy on you though. Think you can keep up? Tsubasa says, of course, if you're the one asking me, I'll go through any training. Kidia says, how about you, Itsuki? Itsuki says, me too, huh? Kidia says, naturally. Kidia continues, alright you two, let's get to it. Tsubasa says, yes ma'am, coach, miss, ready for training. Ready for raining, rather, but Itsuki says, I'm ready too. And the intermission has ended. Chapter 2, Head Over Heels for Her. And so the day of Tsubasa's debut has come, rather. Anyways, Toma says, "What you reading there, Itsuki? Mystery of the Disappearing Models?" Itsuki says, "Yeah, guess I got curious." Toma says, "Models disappearing, huh? Actually, I'm kinda more surprised you read this stuff." Itsuki says, "The headline got my attention. I picked it up for the article on the live concert at the 106. Toma says, "Cool, this has an article on Tsubasa as well." Toma says, "Man, now that I'm seeing Tsubasa in magazines and music videos, it's finally hitting me that she's a real idol." It sounds too good to be true. Her debut song was the one she sang for Aya. Her music video was just the 106 craziness. Itsuki says, "Miss Maiko was in danger at the time, but I have to wonder if some of this was all part of her plan." Toma says, "Seriously, when did she have time to get footage of us? She's either really resourceful or just plain sneaky. But I guess for the guys in class, the music video is nothing compared to finding out Tsubasa has become an idol." Itsuki says, "Yeah, it seems like she has crowds around her at every break now." Toma says, "Sounds like she's giving it all she's got. She's probably at the lesson studio today too. Why don't you go say hi? I bet if you drop by, her motivation will skyrocket." Itsuki says, "You think?" Toma says, "Yep, I do. Now go on. Go give her a pat on the back, or something." I'm gonna say, "I think I will." Toma says, "Good." I guess downloadable content is accessible. I don't know what it is. I guess I have to check out the magazine rack or whatever. The sales clerk says, "Welcome." I didn't know I was interacting with her. Itsuki says, "A mask? She's wearing a different colored uniform. Is she an employee here?" She's standing at the register, but the register closed sign is up. Don't any of the other customers notice her? The masked sales clerk says, "Welcome to He Ho Mart, ho." Itsuki says, "What an odd cashier. Is there some kind of special event going on?" The masked sales clerk says, "He ho ho. If you spoke to me, that means you can see me, ho. Could it be that you're a Mirage master?" Itsuki says, "How do you know about that?" She says, "Since you're a master, I'll sell you special items. They're must buy for heroes that fight against enemies from another world. These items are more expensive, but they're good for combat exploration." Okay. Yeah, whatever. Anything else? I'm just gonna say no. She says bye. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I didn't buy this anytime near when it like actually came out. I'm curious what this DLC is. I wonder if it's just like the music videos that you can rewatch, or if there's anything else interesting about them. If they're missions, I'm not even remotely interested. This magazine has a special article on the fashion show Tokyo Millennium Collection. Oh, okay, so we can read Tsubasa's article. Yeah, I have a feeling it's just gonna be the music video again. But I guess we'll see. Yeah. Apparently Tsubasa is dressed up as Mrs. Sandy Claus and is walking down the thingy. Runway, rather. I don't know if I've ever seen like seasonal themed fashion at a fashion show before. But hey, there's a first for everything. Tsubasa says, "Woo, it's over." Itsuki says, "You must be tired, Mrs. Santa." Tsubasa says, "I'm pretty exhausted. Still, it went by in a flash. What do you think of my Santa costume?" Itsuki says, "I think you looked really good wearing it out there. It was cute." Tsubasa says, "Really?" Itsuki says, "Yeah." Tsubasa says, "He said I looked cute in it. I gotta buy these clothes at once." Itsuki says, "Tsubasa?" Tsubasa says it's nothing, really, nothing at all. I'm so glad I was able to appear in a fashion show. Just like a quick little thingy, I guess. Let's see the other one. And here's the Kidia one. Why can't he like dudes? Kidia is dressed as a nurse. Okay. The only other piece of media I've seen a nurse in a fashion show is Don't Tell Mom the Babysitter's Dead, where the protagonist dresses her friend Nicole up as a nurse to sell uniforms, which was kind of interesting. Anyways, Kidia says, "Hey there, Itsuki." Itsuki says, "Welcome back, Kidia. You really nailed it on the catwalk with that nurse outfit." Kidia says, if I'm going to do it, I'll give it my all. That's how I do things." Itsuki says, "Stay true to yourself, even in that outfit." Kidia says, "Is that in a good way or do you mean it in a bad way?" Itsuki says, "I mean it in a good way. You look so great in it. I actually want you to do your next concert in that outfit." Kidia says, "A concert? So it's not you wanting me in it to nurse you if you're sick?" I don't know. I can't read that sentence. "It's not you wanting me to nurse you back to health if you're sick? Come now, a concert has nothing to do with nurses." Itsuki says, "Oh." Kidia laughs. She says, "But you did say I look good. Thanks for the compliment." Ugh. I think there was just like a typo and it like made my brain unable to speak the sentence properly. Either that or I'm just tired. Alright. Where to go next? I think we're going back to the... what's it called? The place where everyone practices. I'm bad at names. Maybe it's a dance studio? I don't know what to call this. It's like a multifaceted space where entertainers of all kinds get help from a former guitarist. It's Uzume Lesson Studio. Fair enough. Barry says, "You gotta learn to dance with muscle memory. If you think about it too much, you're not gonna be able to sing." Tsubasa says, "Got it." Barry says, "Alright, stop. That'll do for today." Tsubasa says, "Itsuki." I say, "Hey, Tsubasa." Tsubasa says, "Did you come to watch practice?" Itsuki says, "Yeah, looks like you're working really hard." Tsubasa says, "After all that stuff with my sister Aya, I just feel like a huge weight's been lifted off my shoulders. I'm enjoying every moment of dancing and singing now." Barry says, "Tsubasa has improved a whole ton from before. Going by Dio Witch terms, I'd say I'd rank her at about episode 7. Itsuki says, "I have no idea what that means." Barry says, "Shit. Well, anyhow, I'd say you're good to go now." Barry says, "Oh my god, I just remembered. Tomorrow's the Dia Witch game release date. The pre-order bonus is calling out to me. I have to hurry and get in line for the midnight release. All aboard the hype train. Choo choo." Tsubasa says, "So, wait, was he actually praising me, or..." Itsuki says, "I think so." A man's voice says, "Are you done in here?" Tsubasa says, "Sorry, we were just wrapping up." This man is wearing that. Tsubasa says, "Yashiro Sugiri in person." I say, "Itsuki?" Itsuki says, "You know him, Tsubasa?" Tsubasa says, "What? Know him?" Yashiro says, I asked a question if you don't mind. Itsuki says, right, sorry about that. Her lesson is finished. We'll be out of here soon. Yashiro says, lesson? It looked more like children at play than anything else. I'm just gonna say that tone is unnecessary. Tsubasa's giving it her all. Yashiro says, I'm only giving you my honest appraisal. Itsuki says nothing. Yashiro says, in any case, you two are getting in the way of my training. If you wish to play your little games, do it somewhere else. This is a training room for professionals, not an amateur's playground. Itsuki says, amateur? She's not an amateur. Tsubasa's an idol of Fortuna Entertainment at the very least. Yashiro says, Fortuna? And that would make you a member of Fortuna as well? Itsuki says, what's this all about? Yashiro says, answer my question. I just say, yeah, I'm a member of Fortuna as well. Not that I'm an actor or singer or anything like that. Yashiro just says, you're a rather strange one. Itsuki says, it's complicated and none of your business anyway. Yashiro says, perhaps. Tsubasa says, come on Itsuki, let's go. We really shouldn't be interrupting Mr. Tsurugi like this. Yashiro says, just a moment. Have we met before? Tsubasa says, me? I don't think we have, but I've seen you on TV. Yashiro says, never mind, you can go now. Tsubasa says, yes sir. Or maybe it's Yashiro. Yashiro, I don't know. Tsubasa says, that got me scared for a second. Itsuki, what was with all that hostility? Itsuki says, he's the one who started it. So, he's Yashiro Tsurugi. Tsubasa says, because of that Mirage attack, we never saw him at that joint concert. But the show he's starring in right now, Labyrinth of Love, is this season's #1 hit. And he even sings the main theme. He's an amazing person. He's always at the top of the charts as a singer. And as an actor, he's called the Prince of Ratings. I say, doesn't make him less of a jerk, but if he's really as good as you say, I'd want to see his performance. Tsubasa laughs and says, ta-da, and gives us a ticket. Tsubasa says, I got them from Miss Maiko. I've got one for you too, Itsuki. She told me that as a Mirage Master and as a member of the entertainment business, I should try to experience all the good things. Itsuki says that's pretty generous. Tsubasa says, let's watch it together. I just remembered, I need to head to the office. I'll see you later. And she runs away. We have received a text. Toma says, don't forget what we just talked about. You gotta help out Tsubasa when she needs it. She should be at Uzume Lesson Studio now. Sometimes I worry about you, man. You have these days where your head is in the clouds. And then he sends me a frustrated emoji. Maiko, in the group chat, says, hey Tsubasa, I know the lesson should be over by now. I've been waiting for a while, you know? And then Maiko sends like a impatient emoji. Maiko says, if there's nothing going on, I need you to hurry back to the office. I've got something important to tell you. So I guess we go to the office. Wow. A girl in a kimono says, hello. Itsuki says, hi. The girl in the kimono says, I heard about you from Ms. Maiko. You're Itsuki, correct? Itsuki says, that's me, and who are you? Mamori says, I'm Mamori Minamoto. I say, do you work here too? Mamori says, that's correct. Itsuki says, that means you've been here longer than me. Should I call you Miss Minamoto? Mamori says, Mamori is just fine. I hope we can be friends. Itsuki says, of course. If you don't mind, could you tell me more about yourself? Momori says, I'm on a show called Microwavin' with Momorin. Have you seen it? Itsuki says, sorry, I don't watch much TV. Momori says, really? Itsuki says, but if you're in the show, I'll give it a watch. Momori says, thank you, tell me what you think about it. I also like ballads. I'm an aspiring singer. Or, well, I already made my debut as a singer, that is. Itsuki says, that's amazing. Momori says, it's nothing that great. I did release a CD, but it didn't sell very well. But that doesn't mean I've given up. I'm still trying very hard so that I can get more job offers that involve singing. Itsuki says, I'll be cheering you on then. Momori says, thank you very much. Anyways. Maiko says, Itsuki, Tsubasa's getting ready for her next job. Want to know what it is? I say, what is it? Tsubasa says, I'm supposed to model for this magazine. No. I'm getting so nervous. Maiko says, Feel is a great hit. I keep getting new offers from publishing companies. How could I pass this up? You'll be fine, Tsubasa. Everyone starts somewhere. Just walk in, full of confidence, and own it. Tsubasa says, that's easier said than done. Tsubasa says, it'd be fine if it was just singing, but being a fashion model, there's no way I can do this. I say, singing and modeling are similar. Both of them express yourself in a way people can enjoy. Tsubasa says, really think so? They seem so different. Itsuki says, just my opinion. I'm not a performer like you, so I can't really say for sure. He continues, well, in any case, I think you'll be able to pull it off. Ms. Maiko wouldn't have signed you up if she didn't believe in you. Tsubasa says, oh, I guess you're right. I'll do my best. Itsuki says, good luck. Tsubasa says, thanks. You helped me sort my thoughts out. Maiko says, just as a side note, it's not just a shoot for Tsubasa. There are plenty of other models scheduled too. As for the photographer, well, he's certainly skilled, so I'm sure the pictures will turn out great. Good luck on your first photo shoot. Tsubasa says, okay. Maiko says, who'd have thought it'd be him doing the photo shoot? I guess it's a small world. Itsuki says, you know the photographer? Maiko says, his name is Nobu Hodanozawa. He's a pretty famous photographer. They call him a man of true talent, knows the perfect angle and timing. Or at least that's what they say. If you ask me, it's all thanks to the model. Itsuki says, the model? Maiko says, that's right. Before all this, I used to be a model, you know? Itsuki says, really? Maiko says, I worked with Hodonozawa quite a bit back then, but he was pretty mediocre, a bit above average. Maiko says, of course, he could have improved since then, so he may well be the top-class photographer they say he is now. Itsuki says, top class? If he's so good, why did you look so worried earlier? Maiko says, worried? Itsuki, don't be ridiculous. I've got nothing to worry about. Itsuki says, oh, I almost forgot. Maiko says, what's wrong? Itsuki says, there was an article that caught my attention earlier. Maiko says, what kind of article? Itsuki says, apparently a lot of models have been going missing. Something about this seems suspicious. Maiko says, you might be right. There's a chance Mirages are involved. I'll use some of my connections and look into it. Itsuki says, thanks. Maiko says, after this, I'm a little more worried about Tsubasa. Could you head to where she's working and play bodyguard? She'll be at the Daiba TV main building, the one with Daitama Observatory. Her shoot should be in the studio nearby. Itsuki says, got it. Maiko says, I'm counting on you to look after her. Fancy. I haven't saved in like 800 millennia, so let's just do that really quick. Yeah, it's been like 2 hours. I would not want to redo all that. Anyways, we have received a text. Toma says, got a second? Itsuki says, what's up? Toma says, just saw Tsubasa. She looked really distracted. I saw her run into a telephone pole and then she apologized to it. Itsuki says, it's worse than I thought. Toma says, heard Tsubasa got a gig as a model with some photo shoot over in Daitama. Kinda worried about her. You better go keep an eye on her. Itsuki says, that's the plan. Miss Maiko already told me to head that way. Toma says, awesome. Make sure you help her if she needs it. Itsuki says, understood. And we are going... I think they said it was the same building as this, so I guess we're gonna go over here. Anyways, we run into that person that we met in the Shibuya dungeon. His name is Hatanaka. He says, wait a minute, you were at the 106, weren't you? Itsuki says, Mr. Hatanaka? He says, I knew it. You're that boy who helped me out of that jam earlier. Your name was... Itsuki says, Itsuki. Hatanaka says, Itsuki, do you remember what happened at the 106? I've been trying to recall, but all my memories are in a dreadful haze. I feel like I was lost in some bizarre place, but somehow it feels like it was all just a dream. Truth be told, I don't even remember precisely how we met. Every time I try to recall, my thoughts feel jumbled. Why can't I remember anything? Itsuki says, well... Toma says, Itsuki, there you are. He says... Work finished a little early, so I dropped by the studio where Tsubasa's doing her photo shoot. Toma says, whoa, Mr. Hatanaka, always a pleasure. Hatanaka says, now you were at the 106 as well, weren't you? Toma says, sorry, Mr. Hatanaka, we're running late and we gotta go. Itsuki says, it was nice meeting you again. Hatanaka says, aha, until next time then. Itsuki says it sounded like he was really curious about the idolosphere. Toma says, crap, really? I hope he didn't stick his nose too far into this. It'd be dangerous if he got mixed up with mirages. Itsuki says, yeah. Toma says, alright, Tsubasa's photo shoot. I've already been by the studio she was at, but... Turns out there was some kind of trouble. I guess the shoot got cancelled. Itsuki says, trouble? Was it a mirage? Toma says, didn't look like it. All the models were coming out safe and sound. I think we're good on that front. But I did see the photographer, that Mr. Horinozawa. He looked really mad about something. Hope Tsubasa's okay. Hey! Well, speak of the devil. Check it out. Mr. Horinozawa is over there. That guy's pretty hot. Man with buzz cut says, I'll see you later. Itsuki says he's the photographer. Toma says, wait, back up a sec. Why'd you jump to mirages? Itsuki says, remember the article I read at the convenience store about those models that went missing? Toma says, oh yeah. Itsuki says, we don't know for sure if mirages are behind it, but it's been bothering me. I talked to Miss Maiko about it, and she sent me over here to make sure Tsubasa would be okay. I guess I wasn't really needed here after all, though. Toma says, whew, there goes my plans for the day. Anyway, I think I'll take a walk before I head back. See you around. We have received a text from Maiko. She says, how was Tsubasa's photo shoot? Itsuki says it was over when I got here. Apparently there was some kind of problem, Tsubasa should be back at the office by now. Maiko says, that's a relief. I actually turned up some of the models. No, I turned up information on the models who disappeared. Apparently, they all had photo shoots with Horinozawa before they vanished. It's hard to think that this is just a coincidence. Itsuki says, do you think Tsubasa could be the next target? Maiko says, that's what I'm worried about. I want you to keep a close watch on her for the time being. Itsuki says, I'll head back to the office then. Tsubasa might be back by now. Maiko says, thanks, I'll try digging up more information on Horinizawa then. Itsuki says, guess I should head back. Okay, so we are back to the office. Itsuki says, Tsubasa? Tsubasa sighs. Itsuki says, what's the matter? Tsubasa says, well, it's just today's photo shoot didn't go so well. I made the photographer mad and he just left. Itsuki says, everyone makes mistakes. What's important is that you learn from them. Tsubasa says, yeah. Itsuki says, if there's something you want to talk about, I'm here. Sometimes it can help put things in perspective. Tsubasa says, thanks, Itsuki. Itsuki says, it helped to complain a little. I'm sorry, he says, if it would help to complain a little, I will listen. Tsubasa says, oh, so I can only complain a little, huh? Itsuki says, yep, only a little bit. Tsubasa says, okay, I messed up this time, so the only thing I can do now is to make sure I don't make the same mistake again. Tsubasa continues, I'm an idol now, there's a lot I have to deal with on that front, but if I can overcome it, that's when I will know that I've made it. They said they'll try the photo shoot on another day, so when that day comes, I'll try even harder. Itsuki says, on another day. Tsubasa says, what's wrong, Itsuki? Itsuki says, well, Horinazawa, the photographer who was running your photo shoot, there's some strange rumors about him. Tsubasa says, rumors? Itsuki says, yeah, I heard from Miss Maiko, but it seems like quite a few of his models have gone missing. Tsubasa says, you mean a Mirage? Momori runs in and says, it's an emergency. Tsubasa says, what's wrong? Momori says, it's Shibuya, there's something strange happening. Itsuki says, what's going on there? Momori says the people in Shibuya aren't acting normal. Itsuki says, what do you mean? Momori says, I don't know why, but everyone looks really tired. Itsuki says, calm down, take your time. Momori says it's still mid-afternoon, but everything suddenly became dark and hazy. I got scared, so I rushed all the way back here. Itsuki says, I'm glad you're okay, Momori. I don't know exactly what's going on, but we should check out Shibuya. Tsubasa says, yeah. Itsuki says, Momori, it could be dangerous, so you better stay here. Momori says, okay, please be careful, you two. Alrighty, we're back in Shibuya then. Which looks like it has a darkness over it like last time. Wow, that company must have a lot of money for advertising. They can just have their idols on like every poster. Anyways, looks like a new idolosphere has opened. And whenever that photographer takes a picture of someone, it appears they disappear. Maiko says, Nobu Horinozawa. Horinozawa says, Maiko, you finally decided to return as my muse. Maiko says, I didn't want to believe it, so you really are the one. Maiko says, return the people you've taken now. Horinozawa says, I don't need to bother with those amateurs. I only take pictures of what truly deserves to be immortalized. You. Horinozawa says, let me help you remember that joy of everyone's eyes on you and remember how you illuminated the world. He takes a picture of Maiko, she gasps, and then she disappears like the other people. Tsubasa has witnessed this event and screams, Miss Maiko! Itsuki says, where'd you send her? I hate it when guys I have crushes on are evil. Itsuki says, stop! But he teleports into the idolosphere. My. Tsubasa texted, everyone, Mr. Horinozawa's done something to make Miss Maiko vanish. We need to go after him. Tsubasa continues, Shibuya looks the same as that SIV live incident. It has to be Mr. Horinozawa who's causing this. He went towards Central City Street. We gotta be careful. Let me pull up the map and see if it shows where that... Oh, okay. Tsubasa says, Mr. Horinozawa must have gone through here, Itsuki. What should we do? Itsuki says, let's head in. We have to save Miss Maiko. Tsubasa says, we have to chase after her right away. Let's just go in and see if there's any dialogue really quick. I'll read anything that pops up that doesn't result in battles and fighting various whatevers. And then I'll go back out and save, and then that will be the end of this, which is part 3. Anyways, the dungeon has pictures of models all over the place. Larja is laughing and says, I could get used to this kind of idolosphere. Kiria says, save the jokes, we need to find Maiko. Maiko. I don't know. Whatevs, we're gonna call that good for now. And I might do one more. I'm gonna take at least a 5-minute break. My throat's getting a little scratchy after 6 hours of this. So, just bear with me a few, and I shall return. I think I'm out of water. Yeah. Alright, cool.